everyone, I'm Patty Van Cleve from the Chester County Economic Development Council. Welcome to the 20th anniversary video series. GETT is a free program for girls to explore hands-on STEM activities. Hopefully, you've already seen our opening ceremony video along with some of our weekly videos, like creating an app prototype, isolating DNA, or making bath bombs. Or if this is your first GETT video, please be sure to go to getpa.org and register so we can send you a new video link each week. Today's video features West Pharmaceuticals, one of our premier sponsors. Let's go ahead and get started with a short video to introduce our friends at West.
Hello, my name is Mina Albanese, and it's my pleasure to welcome you today. During the next 30 minutes, you will meet extraordinary women who work here at West Pharmaceutical Services. You will get to know about their careers and scientific journey. After that, we will bring you virtually into the laboratory. I'm excited to share with you our analytical lab and the fun experiment we will perform today. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Fran DeGrazio. I'm Chief Scientific Officer at West Pharmaceutical Services. When I was younger, always loved science, always involved in lots of different scientific activities, 4-H club. I used to actually put together models of internal organs, so lungs and hearts and things of that nature. And as I got older, I always knew I wanted to directionally go into the sciences in some way. Originally started as a biology major when I went to college, thinking I would go to medical school. But during that tenure, I actually changed to become a chemistry major. And from that, ended up, after I graduated, coming to West and really developing in a myriad of ways from both a technical and a scientific standpoint. What's great about my current role is I get to work with industry as a whole, with regulators such as the FDA that help regulate drug products, and certainly across the various functions at West. And it's great to be able to engage directly with our customers and help them be able to develop good drugs to meet patient needs. So very exciting career. And had the ability to really do a lot of different things because of my technical background. So in the end, what really excites me is the ability to be able to help our customers and help bring good quality drug products to market.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Ryder. I am currently the Senior Director of Business and Technical Operations at West Pharmaceutical Services for the Services and Solutions part of the company. I have an undergraduate degree in biology and chemistry, which was basically a pre-med track at the small university that I went to. I decided after 4 years not to go into medicine, but take my degree and go into the workforce. I was hired actually in August, right after I graduated from the university at West Pharmaceutical Services. So I'm currently going on my 25 years here at West. I started out in a technical role, being hired into the laboratory quality organization at West, and testing customers' drug products and compatibility with our packaging components within the laboratory, and really understanding that interaction between the packaging of the injectable drugs with the drug itself. And I learned a lot during that time, speaking with customers, understanding their development process, what their needs were to bring the drug product to market. So of course that was very, very exciting. I had then a few years later moved into a more business development role within the organization, selling services around analytical testing for our organization. And that got me into understanding more the business side of these pharmaceutical and biotech customers, as well as our own business. So from there, I decided to go back to school and received my master's degree. So I received an MBA in pharmaceutical business and learned a lot about the pharmaceutical business and how to bring a drug product to market. So today, within my role, I help our organization really help our customers bring those products to market and make sure the appropriate processes and support are in place to assist our customers in bringing those drug products to market and in the end to help the patient. So that really impacts how quickly these drugs get to market and how we can impact getting those drugs to market. And that actually is very important to, of course, patients and caregivers from that end. So I truly enjoy my role in my career at the West Pharmaceutical Services, but also going into a different pathway, starting out in a more technical role, working in a laboratory, to moving into a more business role over the years, which has suited me in my career. And I thoroughly enjoy what I do by combining the technical and the business aspects together.
Hello, my name is Cindy Rhys Clark. I'm a Senior Vice President at West Pharmaceuticals, leading our commercial organization. You know, I received a degree in biochemistry many years ago. And, you know, after university, I worked for several years developing animal vaccines. But there came a point in my career where I had to be honest with myself. I wasn't loving what I did. I didn't like working in the lab. So I moved to the business side of things. And today, I love what I do. I combine, you know, my love of science and my science background with leading teams. And, you know, together we enable and ensure pharmaceutical and biotech companies to safely contain and deliver their life-changing medicines so they can provide those to patients. And it is such a great feeling to recognize the part that you play developing medicines and vaccines.
Hi, I'm Aileen Ruff, and I am Vice President General Manager for our Services and Solutions business. So what is my current career? Well, for nearly 100 years, West has been selling products for injection medicines. This is components to help contain those medicines as they're being injected, as well as devices that help to deliver those medicines. But we recognize that there's even more that West can do to support our customers who are developing these important treatments, and that's where my team comes in. So I have a team of marketing, sales, business development, and business operations experts, and our focus is on services. And this is everything from analytical testing services to regulatory support services, fill-finish support services, and services to help our customers make their own devices. And our job is to make sure that we have a comprehensive portfolio of services that help make our customers' drug development journey more successful, while also creating value for West at every step of the way. So what did I do in school that led me down this path? So I've always loved math. I was actually a mathlete in junior high. And what I love most about math is problem solving. And that's really what business is. It's problem solving. It's being able to recognize challenges and opportunities and put all the different puzzle pieces together to come up with different solutions. So I majored in math and business in undergrad, and that led me to a career in business management and strategy. And what I really love most about my career and the job that I'm doing is working with super smart people who I learn something new from every single day, and working together to really make an impact in the drug development process. Our pharmaceutical company customers are bringing very important treatments to market, and we play a critical role in that with both our products and our services. And these products coming to market are so important to patients. These are products that are treating, preventing, even curing diseases. And it's really exciting to be part of that journey.
Hey everyone, welcome. I am so excited today to bring you into our analytical laboratory here at West Pharmaceutical Services. I hope you enjoyed our segment with the extraordinary women we work with at West. Now let's do something fun today. Let's get our experiment started. Today, we're going to make bouncy balls. Bouncy balls were originally made of natural rubber and are now made of polymers. Here at West, we make all sorts of rubber components. Although not bouncy balls, We use chemistry such as cross-linking the polymer as we would in making bouncing balls. So West rubber components are an integral part of drug products. Here's an example of what West makes. So the rubber component is placed on top of a vial that contains life-saving treatments. As there are many different uses for rubber, the similarities all involve chemistry. So let's get started. I hope you have your materials and work with us through the day, and let's begin.
Hi everyone, I'm Tish, and I'm going to get you started on your experiment today. The first thing you're going to want to start with is warm water. In the lab, I've used a hot plate to warm it, but at home you can use whatever you like. And then you're going to take 2 tablespoons of this warm water and pour it into a cup that you've labeled borax solution. Now in the lab, we use the metric system, so I'm going to take 30 mils of this water and put it in a beaker. And to this warm water, you're going to want to add half a teaspoon of borax. Now feel free to also add food coloring if you want to color your bouncy ball. So I'm going to start mixing it up. Now before I go on to the next step, I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about the chemistry of what's going on here. So borax has a chemical name of sodium tetraborate. And when it dissolves in the water, borate ions form. And these borate ions will react with the alcohol end groups of our glue, which has a chemical name of polyvinyl acetate. And when it reacts with these alcohol products, it'll cause them to stick together or cross-link, thereby causing our elastomer. So I already have some borax solution pre-made for me, and some glue here that I've already poured into a beaker. I've poured 15 mils of glue, but you're going to want to take 1 tablespoon of glue and pour it into a cup labeled ball mixture. Now you're not going to get all of it out, but that's okay. And to this ball mixture, you're going to want to add half a teaspoon of your borax solution, which in the lab converts to 2.5 mils. And next, I will add a tablespoon of cornstarch, which will help to bind the ball together so that it can bounce for you. Okay. And next, I'm going to start my timer here for 15 seconds and hand everything over to Katie.
Hi. So when your 15 seconds is up, we're going to start stirring the material. It will start to become more solid as you stir it, and you'll see that the color will start to mix together, and you'll end up with a clumpy, gooey ball at the bottom. When it gets to the point that you can't stir it anymore, you can take it out with your hand and start sculpting it into a ball. It's kind of like Play-Doh. You want to try and get it as smooth as possible. It's going to be really sticky initially and clumpy, and as you continue working with it, you'll get a smoother product. To understand what's happening here, we can think about the molecule chains in the polymer like strands of spaghetti. When we first cook spaghetti, it's slimy and slippery. It flows almost like a fluid, but if you let it sit after a while, it becomes rubbery and it starts sticking together. If you let it sit long enough, it becomes hard, and you end up with a solid mass of spaghetti. The polymer chains react in much the same way with the help of the borax. Where they touch each other, they start to clump together forming crosslinks. And these crosslinks strengthen the material into something that eventually becomes a solid, something solid enough to bounce. Now you can see these take on different characteristics over time. So as it starts to harden, it'll bounce a little more. Over here, we have a couple that we tried to make this morning. And you can see some are more successful than others. And this is the nature of science. Whenever we do an experiment, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We have a good idea, but you need to be able to be willing to be persistent when we are looking for solutions, because sometimes you end up with a bouncy ball and sometimes you may not. Playing around with your materials and coming up with the perfect solution will help you truly achieve science. Up next, we have Olga.
Hello everyone, I'm Olga. So we have this bouncy ball, and the ball can bounce because of the cross-linked polymer. The polymers make ball squishable, so when it hits a hard surface, it becomes flat. But the cross-linked polymer also makes ball elastic, meaning that it's always trying to regain its original shape, which is round, and that's what bounces it back into the air when it hits the flat surface and gets squished. This useful property of being able to be squished by also trying to regain its original size and shape is not only used in bouncy balls, but also to protect medicines. So at West, we make plugs that are used to close the containers for medicines. So for example, syringes or vials. So they both have this rubber plugs over here. They're made of elastomer, and they are also squished to fit the container, and they are continuously trying to regain its original shape and size. So they are pressing against the walls of the container, so they seal this container. The main purpose of this plug is to protect the drug from being spilled over, but it also helps to prevent contamination from the outside. These plugs are also non-reactive, so that they don't interact with the drug product, and they are impermeable to gases. So for example, air cannot get in and spoil the product. Historically, these plugs were also made of natural rubber, but with time, scientists learned how to make them in the lab. So the plugs we use today are all made in the lab, just like we made a bouncy ball today. And with that, I will be happy to answer any questions that you might have. All right. Okay, so we do have some questions. Yeah, let's put them over here. Okay. So the first question is, can you tell us what kind of STEM careers are available at West? And I will hand it over to Nina to answer that question for you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Olga. So the careers we have at West, we have many different careers around chemistry. So science careers, scientists, around our R&D, the team that develops new products for the market. And maybe you don't want to work in a laboratory or in an engineering role. You might want to work in developing business and really understanding, what do our customers need? What do our patients need? So we have all sorts of STEM careers here at West. So our next question, are there different types of elastomers? I'll hand this back to Olga.
Yes, so that's a great question. Yes, there are a lot of different types of elastomers. So historically, as I said, these plugs were made of natural rubber. And first, scientists learned how to make a synthetic rubber that's identical to natural. And then with time, we learned to make different types of elastomers with different properties. So now we have different types of elastomers to fulfill different requirements that might be needed. Some elastomers can be softer than other, and there are some applications where you want your plug to be softer, and in some applications you want it to be harder. In some cases, you want it to be impermeable to some specific gases for some reasons, so that you can modify your chemistry of your elastomer and make it impermeable to that specific gas and not to another one. So yeah, with science, we can achieve many different types of elastomers to fulfill whatever needs there might be to store and protect the pharmaceutical product. Okay, so our next question. Can you tell us more about the lab in which you are working right now? So I think, yeah, Mina would be a perfect person to tell us more about our lab.
Okay, great. So we work, and if you heard some of our ladies in the beginning of the segment of some of the areas we work in. So our customers develop a drug product, and what Westa does is support that with a container closure system. That container closure system must be tested to make sure it meets quality standards, make sure it doesn't interact with the drug product. So we have many different departments who support this testing. We support for extractables and leachables. We do a lot of container closure integrity testing. We perform with syringes. I'm looking here for what Olga was showing you. We want to make sure these function properly. So there's a lot of different tests that go around this just to ensure the drug product does not get altered in any way, nor is our patient infected. So a lot of chemical tests are around all these types of studies. So another question, did you work in the lab when you were in school, college, or do internships? I'll answer that one. So I did a few different internships, which to me are the greatest things. We have internships here at West as well. We partner with local colleges. And really my internship taught me that that wasn't the area I wanted to go into. So it was very helpful. I did get paid, which was great, but also it helped me understand which type of chemistry I wanted to go into. Other questions? Do you work with medical professionals to come up with ideas for new products or solutions to patients? Maybe I'll hand that to you, Olga.
Yeah, we very closely work with our customers, and our customers at West are mostly the developers of pharmaceutical products. So we do work with them to understand how to package their product better, or how to choose the packaging that's appropriate for their drug product, and whatever special requirements they might have. And if we don't have any solutions that are available today, then yes, we develop something special for them. So yes, we do work very, very closely with companies that develop medical products. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. Yeah, that's all I can see. So yeah, I think then thank you so much everyone for listening and playing with us. And I will hand it over to Mina to close this interactive session.
One more comment question. That's a really cool setup in the lab behind you. What is that person doing? So yes, it's called, it's AA, atomic absorption. So what our analyst does is ensuring the material that is on our elastomer components is the right amount. So the instrument will test for that, and we make sure it meets our quality specifications. Okay, if no other questions, and again, our website has listed on the presentation, so feel free to reach out to us through that. I really hope you had fun today and learned a little bit about West and the chemistry of rubber. You can store your plastic ball in a sealed bag. You can also alter the conditions of your bouncy ball. Experiment with the ratio between the amounts of glue, cornstarch, and borax. Adding more cornstarch will make the ball stretchy and it'll bend. Using less will produce a real goopier ball, while adding more glue will result in a real slimy ball. So there's just so much to learn and enjoy through chemistry, and I really hope you enjoyed your time with us today. Have fun with your new toy. Thanks again, bye.
Wow, that was really, really cool. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to West, all of our sponsors, and all women in STEM. Remember, we have over 25 videos and live streams, and a new one will launch each week. If you haven't already registered, be sure to go to getpa.org so we can send you those weekly links. See you on the next Get video.
So lift up your heart and stand up tall. You can